In fact, time might be the most valuable asset that we have, right? Now, at this time, what I want to do is talk about this little lady just for a couple of minutes. This woman, I tell you, I find a very extraordinary person. Why? Because of her accomplishments in a very short time. This young lady graduated from the University of New Orleans at the age of 19. And at the age of 21, was given an account valued at $160 million by a conglomerate company called Hewlett-Packard. Now, I don't know about you. I don't know who got any 21-year-olds in here, but I wouldn't trust them with $100 and bring me my change. But Hewlett-Packard put in this young woman's hands an account worth $160 million in value. That's extraordinary. Would you all agree with that? Well, that's not the end of the story. She's also an author. She's published 4 books. There's a #1 bestseller that's among them. She's also has her own she's had her own television show, her own radio show. And guess what? She also is a transformational breakthrough coach. Anybody know what that is? A transformational breakthrough coach. That's quite different than an inspirational speaker. Because that particular field of work helps you to break through things that's in your way of your success and get down to the real core of why we do the things that we do and don't do. Also, she travels around the world as a businesswoman, speaking to literally thousands of attendees about businesses, about how they can change what they're doing, bring it to another level, and has had phenomenal success with that. And oh, did I mention that she's a millennial? See, that's what messed me up. You know, 50, 60, oh, okay, yeah, you had time to do a whole lot of stuff. This woman is a millennial and has accomplished all that. And I have not even gone as far as I can go. But we already took enough of your time. So I'm telling you this because I want you to know you're in good hands tonight. That this woman knows about business. And I must mention this, I would be remiss if I did not. Network marketing, she had an aversion for it. Not just, she didn't want to do, I don't do those things. No, an aversion, hated it. But she took a look at this. And she said, you know what? And was doing a whole lot of things now. She was doing a whole lot of things. But she saw this and she said, share it with me. She is my sponsor. And she said, we got to do this. And when she showed it to me, I saw why. She was going to pull away for a minute, put stuff on hold, and do this. So without further ado, let me introduce you. It's my pleasure. It is my honor to introduce the lady, the woman, the diva, Miss Extraordinaire herself, Miss Havilah Malone.
So we want to make the most of the time that we have, right? Right? Yes. Yes, exactly. So I'm super excited to be here with you all tonight. We do have something extraordinary to share with you, an opportunity that can truly change your life or add some dollars in your pocket. Who wants some more dollars in their pocket? Okay. I just make sure y'all was in the right room. Okay. But before I do that, you got to please give it up for Miss Sandra Richardson. woman in her own right. You know, has led teams and millions of dollars in sales, has turned people around and helped them in coaching. Like, it's an honor for me to even be working along with her. So, again, give her a round of applause. While giving yourself a round of applause. And we want to thank all of our hosts that came out tonight to be able to introduce you to this opportunity. Whoever it was that told you to come and to be here tonight in this room on this rainy night during this crazy New Orleans weather, give them a hug when you get an opportunity to. Yes, you're going to want to after you learn about what we have to share with you this evening. So we're here tonight to talk about the best place on the planet. You all know what that place is?
Yeah.
You all know what that place is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's PlanNet Marketing. You know, a lot of times, and I want to bring you back for a minute, as we're growing up, and maybe for those of you who have children, or maybe for those of you who go all the way back to when you were young, you used to imagine things. You used your imagination like it was nobody's business. You created worlds, you created friends, and it was sometimes you were by yourself, so you had to create some friends, it's okay. But we were able to use that imagination to be able to tap into the things that we wanted for ourselves, the things that we sought for ourselves. And then somewhere along the line, for a lot of us, we start to lose that. We start to kind of step back into the box that, you know, society says that we should live in. We start to lose out on those dreams, on those things that we want for ourselves. But what I want you to do this evening is imagine having financial freedom. Imagine what it would be like to be able to have the kind of income that would allow you to do whatever it is that you wanted. Now, if I ask each and every one of you, and I said, hey, if you had an additional $500, if you had an additional $5,000, or an additional $50,000, or some things that you can think of immediately that you can do with that money? Yeah, I don't have to put a gun to your head. I don't have to. Not at all. You know exactly what it is that you would do with that income or with that type of money. So imagine having that resource available to you. Would that be a good thing?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, imagine, because a lot of individuals are still in the 9 to 5. You know, they go to work. Somebody says, hey, this is what time you need to be there. This is what time you can leave. This is what time you can take your break. You know, even for those of us who are entrepreneurs, sometimes we create a job for ourselves. Inadvertently, sometimes we do. But imagine what it would be like to have personal freedom. To be able to do what you wanted to do, when you wanted to do it, how you wanted to do it. Does that sound good to anybody?
Yes.
I know that's right. And imagine what it would be like to have time freedom. And we definitely do appreciate you coming out and spending your time with us right now, because time is valuable. Time is money. We all only have 24 hours in a day. 24 hours. Bill Gates got 24 hours. Oprah Winfrey got 24 hours. Each and every one of us in this room tonight, all we have is 24 hours. So what are you doing with your time? On a day-to-day basis, what's the return on the investment of the time that you spend with the things that you are doing? Are you getting what you want for your life and out of that time? There's literally, on average, 28,782 days in a human lifespan. 28,782 days. So that equates to about 78 years. You know, some people get a little less, some people get a little more. Hoping for more for all of you. So in that time, if every day was $1, how are you spending your money? Is it getting you the ROI? Is it getting you the return on the investment that you want right now? And if not, you definitely want to keep your ears open, because we have something for you. So, what we're going to be talking about tonight is about designing your ideal life. And now for everybody that's different. If I went one by one by one by one and said, what does your ideal life look like? If you had all the time, you had all the money, you know, you didn't have the restrictions that, you know, sometimes we build up. Because some of those restrictions are restrictions that we create for ourselves or we've accepted from other people. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. So you didn't have any of those restrictions. You had unlimited resource. What would you do? So let's get back to that place where you open yourself up to the possibilities of designing your ideal life. So we're going to be talking about how you can save more. Anybody want to save some money?
No.
Yes. We pay bills. Matter of fact, if you all have, youth that are going back to school right now, back to school time, you're paying for book sacks and pens and pencils and paper, all of that good stuff. So how about we keep some more of that money in our pocket? If I can show you a way to do that, would that be all right?
All right.
Fantastic. If I can show you a way to be able to earn more, would that be all right?
All right.
Yes, yes. To be able to travel more. Anybody like travel? Anybody like travel? Okay. If I asked you all right now, just kind of for a second, go inside. If you could go anywhere tomorrow, you had the money, you had the time off from work, you had to worry about that, where would you go? Anybody shout it out, where would you go?
Greece.
Oh, all right. Where would you go? Africa. Ooh. Where would you go? Anybody shout it out. Belize.
Some beach.
Some beach. Anywhere.
Anywhere now. My granddaughter.
Love it. Anybody else? Anybody else? Where'd you go?
Rome.
Colorado. All right, then. Okay, Rome. Who else? Where else? Where else? Paris. Ooh, now, Paris. More. All right, there. Beautiful water. Yes. Okay, here's the thing. Did I have to squeeze you? Did I have to say, tell me where you're going to go? Not at all. Because you already know what you would do with the time if you had it available to you. You know where you would want to go to be able to experience more of life. So let me show you how you can do that now. Would that be okay?
Yes.
All right now. So who are we? We are PlanNet Marketing. This is our founder, Mr. Donald Bradley. This gentleman has had over 20 years of business entrepreneurial experience and 11 years in the network marketing world. This gentleman, he was, as I was, when introduced to network marketing, kind of adverse to it. That's not for me. No thank you, I'll pass. And he had been approached with several opportunities, and he was always like, no, I'm good on my entrepreneurial ventures that I'm doing. I'm good. And then he was approached with an opportunity that had to do with travel. And he said, okay, I'm at least willing to hear it. I'm at least willing to listen to it. He ended up teaming forces and joining with this company. He brought that company from 500 reps to over 36,000 reps in the very short period of 18 months. This gentleman, I know that's right. This gentleman was making $95,000 a month. Yes, not a year. A month. Does anybody use $95,000 a month? What did they use? $75,000 a month. Right? $95,000 a month. But you know what impressed me about Mr. Bradley? Was that he walked away from it. I know, right? I had that same look too. Who in their right mind would walk away from that kind of income? Well, he said, my integrity is not for sale. So the company that he was working with at the time was not fulfilling the promises to the organization and to the people in the organization that they promised. So he said, you know what? I want no parts of this. But I love this network marketing model, and I love travel. Who doesn't love travel? Okay, just make sure we're on the same page, we're in the right room. So he said, I love travel, so he said, I'm going to go out and create my own company. Now, when most people go to create a company, what do? They go to the bank, right? You got to go to the bank, you get a loan, you get your money, or you call a few friends, could you put 5 on it? Could you put 10 on it? You got to get the money together. Well, this gentleman, because he is such an amazing entrepreneur, such an amazing business steward, he did not call the bank. He did not call his friends. He called his broker. And he got the money together to be able to form the company, and the company is debt-free. So this one, I know that's right. It's one thing to be able to make money. It's a whole other thing to be able to keep money. How many people have made money and okay, where that money is? Precisely, you're not alone. You are not alone. And so what he did too, because a lot of times people go into business for themselves, they want to be Superman, they want to be Superwoman. I could do all of that. I got all of that. Well, not Mr. Bradley. He went out and hired the best of the best, and this is our corporate leadership. We have Mr. Andy Kaufman, who is our president and CEO. Mr. Andy Kaufman in this industry is known as the Bill Gates of this industry. Why? Because he creates billion-dollar companies and brings them international. In the first 8 months of this organization being in existence, we are already in 6 countries. We are in the United States, we're in the UK, and the 4 countries that make up the UK, and we're in France. We're currently expanding into the Caribbean and every day expanding into new markets. So we have some of the best who is helping to lead this organization. We also have Ms. Leanne Treckler, who is our COO and over all of our consumer support, and she has over 11 years in this industry and is one of the best of the best. So we really have the right people in place to be able to make sure that we can offer you the best. Now, again, he wanted an organization that was in travel, and as we know, all major vendors, you know, the Deltas, the Southwests, the Hertz, the Disney, all of these different places around the world, it takes relationships to be able to make things happen. So instead of Mr. Donald Bradley saying, okay, I'm going to go out and I'm going to find these relationships too. I'm going to go out, you know, and create this. No. What he did is we partnered. We have an exclusive partnership with IntelliTravel. This is Mr. James Ferrara, who is the co-founder of IntelliTravel. It is a 25-year-old company with an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. They are literally the originators of the home-based travel industry, period. All right now. Yes. So we have literally partnered with the ones who created it. So with Mr. James Ferrara, he sits on the board of CLIA. That's the Cruise Line International Association. The relationships that we have and some of our preferred partners are extraordinary. We literally have the best of the best, even when it comes to travel, to training, and the support that we have for our clients as well as us. So what are we talking about? We do 2 things, and we do those 2 things very, very well. We sell travel agencies, and we sell travel. As a travel merchant, you have access to group cruises. Has anybody been on a cruise before? Anybody enjoyed their cruise experience? Absolutely. Has anybody had the privilege or pleasure, I don't know if you could even call it that, putting together a family reunion? Say not yet and staying off that list. No, that's right. But if you had to put one together, if you were going to get paid to do it, it might be worthwhile dealing with cousin, you know, Nikki and Uncle Bob. It might be worthwhile. We also have access, so the wedding industry is one of the biggest industries in the world. So honeymoons, destination weddings, you know, all of those things, we have access to that as travel merchants, as well as experiences. If you want to go see Rihanna in Amsterdam, we got tickets for that. You want to go see, you want to sit sideline at Super Bowl? We got tickets for that. We have access to the best of the best with our partnership with IntelliTravel. And one of the beautiful things is we're in the #1 industry in the world. That is travel. Yes. The #1 industry in the world. We literally, most people are actually searching for travel. Just guess when? When are people searching for travel? Just throw something out there. Huh? And you're right. While they're at work, between 9 and 5. That's what the statistics show. Between 9 and 5, people are online searching. The #1 search word on Google is travel. Why? Escape. Yes, escape. Because I don't want to be here. I'm sick of them telling me when to come, when to go, how to do what I got to do. And so I'm going to go somewhere else. Because I'm going to go online and search me a vacation, find me a good deal. That's what I'm doing while I'm working. So why not get paid to do what people are doing anyway? I'm sorry, could you all repeat that word for me, please? Anyway? Anyway. Why not get paid to do what people are doing what? Anyway. Exactly. Who's fueling this industry? It's baby boomers. Woohoo! And some baby boomers in the room. Yes, why? Because, you know, we get to the point, you work 30, 40 years, it's retirement time, you know, you got the kids out of the house, and now it's your time. It's your time to be able to do the things that you want, to go travel. You pull out that bucket list, you gotta dust that thing off. And you get to go and do the things that you want to do. But the beautiful thing is, and what research shows, is they're not the only ones. The other group that is fueling the travel industry is millennials. Hey! Yes, we are. We are fueling this industry. Why? Because we looked at our parents. We watched them work 30, 40 years and keep putting things off and putting things off, and health got worse and health got worse. It was like, ugh, I don't like that model. I don't want to do it that way. I want to enjoy my life. Now I want to add life to my years, not wait for my bucket to get kicked. Yes. So we're part of, and millennials are part of who is fueling this industry. Now for most millennials, it's probably the baby boomers' money they're spending. But hey, they're spending money traveling. Where most youth, during spring break, they were going to, Florida or Panama City or, maybe Mississippi, I don't know. Nowadays, they're going to Dubai. Yes, they're like, no, I want to see the world, I want to experience this, I'm going to go and do this. So again, why not get paid to do what people are doing? What is that again?
Anyway.
Anyway, yes. So, as a travel agent, we get 70 to 80% of the commissions that are booked with travel. Yes, 70 to 80%. So let me show you kind of what that would look like. So right now, we're in the Ritz-Carlton. Say you want to do a staycation, because I'm sure most of you are actually from here, from this area. You want to do a staycation. So you Google online, you say, I'm staying at the Ritz-Carlton, and you find a deal, $129, maybe $99. I don't know if y'all get a room here for $99. And around $129. And within that rate that you book this room, there's a travel commission in it. It's already built in it. It's everything that you book travel related, there's a commission for an agent that is built in that. So why not you be the one who gets that commission? We also have partnered with major vendors worldwide. We offer everything, when I say everything, everything. So from rental cars to air flights to hotels to cruises to experiences, all of it we have access to. Because of the relationship that we have through IntelliTravel, we actually have some reserved inventory for cruises. We have preferred partners and preferred pricing for things because of the relationships that we have. So you literally get to offer the best of the best. There are no third-party intermediaries, which means if you wanted to book a cruise from Carnival, leaving out of the port in New Orleans, Galveston, wherever you want to go, you actually can deal directly with those vendors. There's nobody in the middle telling you kind of what to do or how to do or taking a piece of your pie. None of that with being a travel merchant. You also get a personalized website. You get 2 websites actually. Back office. It's a turnkey business that is done for you. It makes it easy for you to be extremely successful. Business cards, everything that you would need to be able to be successful in this business. So you may ask, okay, well, what kind of money can I earn through these travel commissions, right? Who want to know about the money? Okay, I want to make sure I'm in the right room. So, let's say you have a frequent business traveler. Somebody who, they were traveling 3 times a month, going to different places for business. They stay in a hotel. Your commission for that, $151. And all they did was just go to your website and book their travel. You didn't even do nothing. You have, anybody play golf in here? No golfers? No golfers? Well, you may know somebody who does. So we have a golf trip to Scottsdale, Arizona. That's for a group of 4 people. They went for a 5-day golf trip. It's something they do every year. They was going to do this anyways. Your commission for this trip, $274. Now, honeymoons, big business. Big business. 7-day honeymoon. This couple goes down to Cancun, all-inclusive resort. They get a little butler service. You get $561 from the commission. Now, again, we talked about that group cruise before, for those of you who had to or have not had the privilege yet of booking, family reunions and have to deal with those folks. We have a group cruise here, Western Caribbean, $2,200. I know, right? That long. I like that. Precisely. So this is money that can be in your pocket right now. Now, we have something that's really exclusive for us, which is really cool, because you all said y'all like traveling too, right?
Right.
Yes. So we have something called IntelliTrips. Because our vendors want us to come and learn more about, their ships or learn more about their resorts. And how do you do that? By experiencing it, right?
Right.
Exactly. So we have something called familiarization trips or fam trips. Now they can't expect you to pay the same thing that everybody else will pay. No, that don't even make no sense. Why would I do that? So we have exclusive pricing that is just for us. So anybody like cruises? Cruises? Yes. What about a 5-day Western Caribbean cruise? You get on a little flow rider. You have to do some work now. You might have to get in the boat, get on the little flow rider, ride a little bit. Our price, $245.
Unbelievable.
There was somebody who a friend of mine showed this presentation to, and she was like, no, there need to be like a 1 in front of that, right? Yeah, $245 for our familiarization trips, the price that's for us. Now, what about, wait, hold on. What about, anybody like land? Like when so this is a water, venture. Anybody like being on land, going to a resort, all inclusive, right? Yeah, me too. So, what if you could go to a Club Med resort? Club Med, all inclusive. That means your drinks with little umbrellas in there. That's covered. As many of them as you can drink. Dipping your foot into the pool. That's covered. You can do that as much as you want. How about 4 days in Punta Cana? How much do you think that might be? How much? $1,500? $149. Our price. 100.
So when can we do this?
That's what exactly. Tomorrow. Right. Very simple. Very simple. So yes, 4 days. Matter of fact, we just had some friends who came off of this trip. 4 days in Punta Cana, an all-inclusive resort, $149. You would probably be doing some more vacations, would you not?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. So we have some guarantees. Being an IntelliTravel agent, we have some guarantees not only for you, but also for our clients. We have 3 guarantees specifically. One is called the Best Travel Price Guarantee. Because if you book somebody and they went on a trip, they went to your website, they booked something, you don't want to have to, when you see them in church, the next Sunday, or, in the grocery store, you're trying to hide from people. Not at all. Why? Because we have something called the Best Travel Price Guarantee. What that means, you book travel through you book travel through your site, and they find that price or that trip or that specific thing, apples for apples, it's got to be the same thing, for less expensive somewhere else, then guess what? We will either beat that price by 110% if we cannot match it. So we're either going to match it or we're going to beat it. So literally they can't even go anywhere else and get a better price than they can get through you.
Oh yes.
Can I get an amen? Amen. Precisely. So why would I want to go to a faceless, Expedia or Travelocity when I can deal with somebody who I know and who I trust and I know I'm going to get the best price from anyways? Does that make sense? Yes, definitely. We also have a guarantee for you. You come into this business, and within the first 30 days, because we like you to try it on, like get in that vehicle, ride it, till the wheels fall off. And you say, you know what, I don't really like this. It really isn't for me. It's not a good fit for me. Then we're like, cool. Within your first 30 days, you have 100% money back guaranteed, no questions asked. Literally, there is no risk for you either. Is that a beautiful thing?
That is a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. And this third guarantee, which I have never seen before in business, because we know we go into business to make a profit, right? Y'all go into business to make a profit, right?
Yeah.
Make sure we're on the same page. Just make sure we ain't missing nothing. So you go into business to make a profit, and by average it says the first year to 3 years, like most people don't make a profit in business traditionally, right?
Right.
Okay. So in this business, we have a guarantee that says within your first year of operation, if you have not saved as much in travel savings, or not made as much as you have put into this business, then we will give you the difference back.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yes. Yes. A profit guarantee. And I would challenge you, if anybody has seen a profit guarantee offered in any organization, please let me know. So this really sets it up where you are made to win. Who wants to win?
All right.
Because you came to win.
Yeah.
You came on this planet to win. So why not get with a company that's going to help you to do that? Please. So what does it take to get started? It's literally a decision. To be a PlanNet Marketing rep, which allows you to sell those IntelliTravel agencies, and we're going to look at the compensation plan that's around that in just a moment, it is $19.95. To be an IntelliTravel agent, which means you get to sell travel in the #1 industry in the world, is $179. This is a one-time fee. It's a setup fee. So together, what that looks like is you paying $199.90 one time. And of course, we know in business, there's always overhead to run our business. So we have an extremely low overhead. That is $59.90 a month. That does not start until your second month of being in the business. And that's literally $2 a day. What do you spend $2 a day on right now?
Coffee.
Coffee. What else are we spending $2 a day, if not more, on right now that's not giving us, what did we talk about in the beginning? A return on our investment. Allowing us and setting us up for success in our lives with that short period of time that we have on this planet right now. So, but Mr. Bradley, because he is about investing back into the people, he is about helping people, we have a promotion that's going on right now. A beautiful thing. It's called 4 and Free Forever. What that says is, you come into the business, by September the 10th, you bring 4 people into the business, then that low overhead that you pay, that $59.90 a month, will then be waived forever. You should never pay for running your business. And the savings that you get for having a home-based business alone is extremely, extremely valuable. But you bring 4 people in by September the 10th, it is waived forever. And I'm going to show you how with bringing those 4 people in, you will have gotten a return on your investment where that $200 that you have invested would have been 0. And you get your business free and clear forever. Anybody want something free and clear forever? Yes. And the #1 industry in the world, it's an $8 trillion industry. Yes. Projected over the next 10 years to be a $15 trillion industry. Yes. Not a M. Not a B, the T. $8 trillion industry. Does anybody want a piece of that pie?
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, when you talk about being successful, success leaves a trail. There's some extremely successful people out there in the world. Warren Buffett being one of them. You know what Warren Buffett said? He said, never rely on a single source of income. You must invest to create a second source. So would you like some Warren Buffett type of, success? Oh. Then we want to do what successful people do. When I was introduced to this opportunity, as a matter of fact, a little bit before I was introduced to this opportunity, I came to one of those life path. You go into the red, you take the blue pill, the red pill. Matrix reference. And so for a lot of people who know me, you know me for being a #1 best-selling author, for speaking on stages around the world, for being on television and doing things like that. And as Ms. Sandra shared in the very beginning, I was at network marketing. No. That just did not fit in my map of reality. It didn't. And we were actually, it was February of this year, February 26th to be exact, it was a Friday. We were doing some promotion. We had a huge event coming up in April, so we were doing a lot of media promotion, interviews and things like that. So February 26th, we go to the TV station, we'll do an interview. I get on, do the interview, everything goes great. I'm leaving from the TV station, I'm heading down the stairs, and I almost pass out coming down the stairs. Yeah, it scared me too. And matter of fact, my business partner was with me at the time, and she helps me to the vehicle, and we get in, and she was like, I need to bring you to the hospital. And I was like, you know, me trying to be Superwoman. Like, no. Like, we have all the stuff that we got to do. You know, at least let me just get through this weekend. And on Monday, I'll schedule an appointment. I'll go to the doctor. You know, how many of us like to put stuff off that we need to take care of? They didn't have to. I'm excited. I'm sweating.
It was very nice.
Look, I'm saying, get a sister, get some help. Thank you. So literally, I know, right?
You put that work, girl. You put that work.
It's beauty water.
You want some water?
Actually, I have some right there. I just need a nap. Just a little black. Good. Thank you. And so we leave. We're in the car, and she's like, "I need to bring you to the hospital." And I'm fighting her a little bit, and I was like, "No, Monday." She's like, "No, today. So I was so weak that I was just kind of like, I stopped fighting. So I was just kind of, I know, when we just got to give up. We got to just let in. It's like, ooh, it's warm.
Close to my heart.
This is love right here. Thank you. So she brings me over to the hospital. They check me in, and they start administering tests and things like that. The doctor and his team comes into the room, and they stand there, and it's almost like this somber standing, and I'm just kind of like, okay, what's going on? And he says, I really don't know how you're having this conversation with me right now. I don't know how you walked in here. He said, had you waited till Monday, you would not have made it here. Now, you think this stuff happens to like older people, like this happens like down the line somewhere. But literally, I had some health complications that I had been ignoring. And as I got checked in, and they started to treat me, and I stayed in that hospital, and I laid in that bed. Oh, thank you. All kind of love. Thank you. That's Southern. What hospitality. I woke up. It was something that clicked. Because as I was laying in that bed, I was like, okay, what happens if I get stuck here? What happens if I'm not there to be able to go and do a speaking engagement? If I don't show up to write the book? If I'm not there doing what it is that I do? Then what happens? My income streams, all the things that I do, that goes away. So in that moment I knew, okay, as Warren Buffett said, I need to invest to create a second source of income. Because what's going to happen to my family? What's going to happen to me if I'm not? And maybe you all have gotten to that point where you start to look towards the future and say, hey, what is it that I need to do to make sure I'm set up, that my family is set up, that we can all succeed and we can all win? So when I was introduced to this opportunity, and they showed me their compensation plan, and specifically the residual part of their compensation plan, I was like, okay. I didn't put out a signal to God. I didn't put out a signal to the universe. So obviously this is an answer to a prayer. So I need to break some of those barriers I have in my head about the industry. Do some research, understand what it is that I have before me. And so I said yes. So I'm going to show you what our compensation plan is. And I am sure you're going to like it. Let me show you. This is the power of leveraged income. Robert Kiyosaki said, I would rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own.
Oh, yes.
Makes sense?
Yes,
it does. So with leveraged income, that means that we are using the power, the time, the skill, the efforts of others, including ourselves, to make things happen for us and all of us. So what that means in this business is when you make a direct sale, you sell in a teletravel agency or an ITA, as it's broken down on there, you get a direct sale of $50. So that means every single time you sell an agency, you get $50. Now, the people who you sold the agency to, they're like, well, hold up, I want my $50 still. Like, wait. So when they go out and make a sale of an teletravel agency, you get a direct match of 50%. So the sale that they made, you now get $25 off. So let's make this real. So we got Karen. Karen says, you know what, yep, I'm feeling this, I'm in this business. So Karen goes out and he sells an agency. Remember your names?
Edward.
To Edward. So he said, Edward, like, all right, cool, we in the business together, we're business partners now. So he sells the agency to Edward. So Karen's gonna get $50. Now Edward's like, well, hold up, I want my $50. want my 50 too. Don't leave me out. So then Edward goes out, and what's your name? Nathan. So Edward introduces the opportunity to Nathan, and he sells his agency. So Edward gets his $50, and it kind of like, man, you keep it going. Like, yeah, do your thing, because he's going to get a 50% match on what Edward just did while he was sleeping. Anybody want money while they're sleeping?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, there are no limits to how many direct sales you can make. So Edward said, well, I ain't stopping at no one. Like, why would I stop at one? So Edward said, you know what? I'm going to sell to all 40 individuals right here in the back. All of you all just got agencies. Now Edward is like, yes. Because why Edward just got 50, 50, 50, 50. He just got $200 for 4. Now remember what I said a little bit earlier? Yes, 4 and free. So not only did he just get his $200 investment back, but also his low monthly overhead, that $59.90 a month, is now waived forever with those 4 people he brought into the business. Edward is like, yes. And he's encouraging now these individuals to go out and make some things happen. Why? Because he's going to get a 50% match. And Kyra's like, Edward, like, boy, you would do what you want. Like, right? Everybody hating on you. Because the $200 he just got for that direct sale of those 4 individuals, Kyra just got a $100 50% match off. Anybody want some matches? Some 50% matches? Yes. We also have team bonuses. We have their $10 team bonuses up to 6 levels, which means up to $60. So that means your $50 direct sale can turn into a $110 direct sale. And getting a 50% match off of somebody's $110 direct sale. Anybody want some of that? Yeah. Yes. And the beautiful thing is, we have no volume requirements. There's no quotas. Nobody's over you saying, hey, you know what, you didn't get your 2 in this week. No, it's your I know y'all didn't got that conversation. You know you didn't take that conversation. It is your business to work how you want, when you want, whenever you want, to make the kind of income you want. Anybody want some freedom in their life? Freedom. Yes. And these commissions are paid out weekly. Anybody want a check every Friday? Yes. I know I like getting my check every Friday. So yes. So we have a builder program. So this builder program looks like this. When you bring 3 people into the business, you become a bronze builder. Do we have any bronze builders in the house tonight? Bronze builders? Yes! All right. Fantastic. So at 6 active ITAs, you become a silver builder. And at 9 ITAs, 9 people you brought to the business, you become a gold builder. And this is what unlocks the gold. Yes. So at a gold builder, you receive your first level of $10 team bonuses. You also receive a 10% match on your personal ITA's travel commissions. So Nathan is out, he's like, you know what, I love the travel side of it. I love being able to like book cruises or just sending my friends to the website to book their own travel. And so he's racking up his travel commissions. Well, Edward's like, yes indeed, get that out there, let people know about your travel business. Because as a gold builder, he's getting a 10% match on all of Nathan's travel sales. And you also get a 10% match on all your personal reps matrix commissions. Now, when we talk about matrix, yes, not the little Neo, ooh, not that one. But I'm going to show you this matrix after we acknowledge this we have in the house tonight, one of our gold builders. So please, Miss Sandra Richardson, come on up here, please. I want you just to quickly share with people why you got into this business and what it has meant for you being a part of PlanNet Marketing.
Well, it had a lot to do with my retirement. You know, we're not going to depend on Social Security. I know I'm not. Or anything from the government. So I came to realize that I'm going to have to go out here and do something where I can set up residual income. I just love that word, residual income, because it basically means this is something that keeps coming and coming and coming and coming, no matter where I'm at or what I'm doing. So basically, in a nutshell, that's why I did it. I saw it as something that, it was a no-brainer. It was really a no-brainer when you think about 2 elements. One, that it's an $8 trillion business, projected to be a $15 trillion business in 10 years. Follow the money, right? And it was a travel business. And what we know about that is everybody is traveling or want to travel. So those two right there, that sealed the deal. And I saw our founder, Mr. Donald Bradley, and I was really impressed with him. Thank you.
So let's look at this matrix, this residual income piece. This is what excited me about this company. So we have a 3x9 forced matrix. What does that mean? So everybody in here, you pretty much been in New Orleans for a minute, you know, has anybody been to the Superdome? Superdome. It's been going to games, concerts, whatever. So I want you to go back to your imagination. I want you to see the Superdome. I want you to see all of those seats in that arena. And if you see every single one of those seats and there was a body in that seat, and you were getting paid $4 per person in each one of those seats, would you be happy?
80,000 seats in there.
Yeah. It's a lot of seats. So our arena, this matrix, houses 29,000 seats. So you have the potential of making $4 per butt in each and every one of those 29,000 seats. So what does that look like? So our very first row in our matrix has three. Well, technical. All right, that's all right. So your very first row has 3 seats in your arena. So that means those 3 seats, having 3 bodies in there, you're getting $4 per seat. So that's 3 times 4 is going to give you $12 on your first row. Residual income. Your second row, because each row is divisible by 3, your second row has 9 seats in it. So that's 9 people. That's 9 times 4. This is going to give you 36 plus your 12. It's going to give you 48. Every row going down is divisible by 9. So your very last row, number 9, and your cumulative total in your arena, 29,000 seats, or a potential payout of $118,000 per month in residual income that is coming to you monthly on the 10th of every month. Anybody could use a little bit of that? Yes. Now for some people you're like, that's a big number. Okay, like I'm not even really, I can't, run my mind around a number that large. Okay, what if you got it wrong? What if you jacked it up? What if you got it 90% wrong? Would an additional $10,000 to $11,000 per month, additional residual income help you out? Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Let's be clear. Yes. Absolutely. And this is what our matrix pays out on a monthly basis on the 10th of every single month. So this is only one additional stream of income. This is not in lieu of your direct pay and your checks that you're getting on every Friday. This is additional money. And we also have something called the Directors Program. For those who are out and they're about building a team and sharing this opportunity with people, then we have a Directors Program. And even in relationship to the matrix, you might be thinking, okay, I don't know 29,000 people. Like, I don't know, 200 people. I got, 1,200 friends on Facebook. In my phone, I probably got about, 600 contacts. So the beautiful thing is, and we talked about, it's a leveraged income model. Which means the 4 people that you brought in, that bring in 4 people, that bring in 4 people, your matrix fills up from your downline. And the beautiful thing about our plan is it also has spillover, which means the people who sponsored you and brought you into the business, you actually get people that come into your matrix from us. Precisely. A beautiful thing. So with our Directors Program, at a 1-star director, that means that you have 100 people who are in your organization, 100 people who you've helped, not personally, not you have gone out and gotten 100 people. It's the 4 people who went and got 4 people who went and got 4 people who end up becoming a part of your organization. At 100 people, you're a 1-star director, and that means you get an additional. See, I like this thing. It's not about or, it's an and. I like those 3 letters. Yes. A-N-D, and. Every month, you're getting a bonus check of $500. These are paid out on the 3rd of the month, every month. When you continue to grow and share share this opportunity with other people, then at a 2-star director, which means you have 300 people in your organization, you get an additional $1,000. Additional money, bonus money per month. Anybody just use an additional $1,000? Oh. I'm just saying, this is an additional and. Well, we have all the way up to a 9-star director, which is 100,000 people. It means an additional $100,000 per month being put into your bank account. Anybody want an additional $100,000 per month? Yes. And as you grow in this business, we have something called our Presidential Club. Our Presidential Club, this literally is... This program had men talking about Beyonce. Can we put a ring on it? I'm just saying. At a sapphire ring wearer, that means you are making earnings of $110,000 annually. Our ruby ring wearers are making $250,000 annually. Diamond at $500,000 annually, and our double diamond ring wearers is $83,333 per month, which is $1 million annually. Mr. Bradley is so dedicated to be able to help 100 families this year by Christmas to be able to be sapphire ring wearers, $100,000 earners in this business that he, in March, booked the Ritz-Carlton down on Peachtree Street in Atlanta for a private engagement for those 100 families. So the question is, do you want to be a part of those 100 families? Or are you like, bump that, get me down with one of these rings? Absolutely. So what does it take? What does it take? You know, you see a lot of great opportunity that's there, but it's a decision. It's one step. Because the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. They said Rome, it wasn't built in a day. That was one brick at a time. They said, how do you eat that elephant? One bite at a time. You have a support that's available to you to help you win. The question is, if not now, when? How many times have you said no to your dreams? Have you said no to opportunities that have been before you to be able to help you to take that step because it was outside of your comfort zone? Because it was beyond a place that you knew or were familiar with at the time. You're in the #1 industry in the world with people who want to see you win. Because when you win, we all win. So what does it take? One step. So again, I want you to thank the person who invited you out today. Give them a big old hug. Be like, thank you. Because this truly is the best place on the planet. PlanNet Marketing.